Is your bed the right position? Just to live in harmony with the forces of nature, the ideal position to sleep is to lay with the head in the north position and the feet in south position. The Earth is crossed by a magnetic flux north-south. So sleeping in this position means to follow this magnetic flux, with remarkable psychophysical advantages. But moving the bed sometimes is not sufficient, because of the presence of the geopathogenic zones of Hartmann grid. What are these zones? In the Earth's subsurface, there are some subterranean watercourses which intersect, telluric waves, geological faults, which create a reticule of 2.20 by 2.50 meters over all the land surface. It's important that you don't ignore it, because in those points there is a lack of terrestrial magnetism. At this point, it's fundamental an explanation, which is the result of researches made for a century, above all from the observation of sick people of tumour. It was observed that this kind of sick people lived in areas scarce of terrestrial magnetism, or they lived in areas subject to strong disturbances of the terrestrial magnetic field. From this study, it was observed that even other sicknesses, or better all, are influenced by the terrestrial magnetic field. That is, more the magnetic field is weak or absent, more easiness we have to be taken ill. The progress that we have wanted and desired has led us to a more comfortable life. In fact, who of you would be able today to stay without television or washing machine? The electric current allows us many comforts. But have you ever known or thought that it can cause serious dangers to your health? In which way? The electric installation of your house, the high-tension cables, the household appliances influence the cells of your organism so much that they create a phase displacement of their polarity by moving 50 times per second the north towards the south and the south towards the north. In this way, we have no more the perfect biomagnetic equilibrium, which is necessary to feel well and to enjoy good health. As you can see from this illustration, if we bring a compass near to a source of electromagnetic smog, it dephases, and the same succeed to ourselves. I can show you it by using the compass which I have with me. Get near to a refrigerator, to a television or other, and point out the deviation of compass needle in comparison with the axis north-south. Of a group of 17 men who worked on a generation system of electromagnetic pulses, beginning from 1967, 5 men have had the cancer in the following 7 years. Some scientists of Colorado University have discovered that the mortality rate caused by some cancers, for example leukemia, was above average in the houses which were situated in a range of 60 meters from the high voltage lines. Let us now see how we can localize the geopathogenic nodes in the Hartmann grid. we take the Hartmann scanner, position the sounder on the table, and tune the sonar until we hear the sound. When the sound diminishes, we are in presence of a band in the Hartmann grid. When the sound disappears, we are on a geopathogene spot, or a node in the Hartmann grid. When the sound is very sharp, it means we are above a neutral spot. Now we will look for the north-south and east-west bands. That is the junction in the Hartmann grid. Here we are. Here is a node. Let's look in the other direction and we will find the other band at about 2.5 meters, as you can see. To be in a neutral zone, we must move the bed to this position. But this is not possible because of the furniture and the space available. Now we will see how, thanks to the full-point biodevice, we can protect ourselves from radiation in this geopathogenic node. If we put the full-point biodevice on the geopathogenic spot we have just localized with the full-point instruments, we will hear that the sonar, contrary to a minute ago, is now producing the sound which shows a spot not influenced by radiation. We can also see how the radiation from node H has been diverted. As you can see, they have moved to the spot where the sonar emits no sound at all. So you have seen that the harmful radiation has moved thanks to the biodevice, and they rejoin at a height of 60 to 70 centimeters, thus avoiding the negative influx that would have caused serious problems to your health. We can also detect underground courses of water with ions which cross when they detect the radiation of passing water. Let's see what happens when we use the full-point biodevice. As you can see, at the height of about 1 meter, the ions cross. While if I bend down and enter the range of actions of the biodevice, the ions widen, because the radiation from the underground water has been deviated by the full-point biodevice. We can see instead that without the full-point biodevice, at any height the ions cross because the radiation is the same. We will now conduct an experiment on a person standing first in a neutral zone that is not influenced by radiations, and then the same experiment on a geopathogenic node of the Hartmann grid. Now we will demonstrate that when this gentleman is on the neutral zone, his energy levels are higher than when he is on the geopathogenic node. Offer as much resistance as you can. Please note the resistance he is putting up. It's remarkable. We will now try the same thing on one of the Hartmann nodes we discovered with the full-point instruments. Let's wait 1 to 2 minutes for the radiation to take effect. The body's energy is absorbed by the Hartmann node. There is a weakening of the exchange of information between the brain and the muscles. We can prove it. Please take up the same position as before, with your arms wide open. I will use the same strength and the same weight on your arms as before. There we can see that all your efforts notwithstanding, your resistance has diminished. and the arm I am applying pressure to easily goes down, even though you do your utmost not to give in. The full-point biodevice has the specific aim of forming a continuous electromagnetic field with a north-south direction. The north-south direction guarantees the sleeper that no harmful variation will occur in the field he is sleeping on. Thus, it makes no difference if we are living or sleeping on a geopathogenic spot or a harmful one, that is, one with radiation, because these radiations are absorbed by the EMI absorber, electromagnetic influences. The new generation biodevice has been created thanks to the outlook that Full Point has always had in the history of the biodevice, and to the desire to make the most of all its potentiality. The continuous electromagnetic field creates a pleasant shelter, neutralizing any possibility that other alternate fields may influence it. Any negative component of any origin, natural or technical, will not resist the field created by the new generation biodevice that neutralizes it, just like I am neutralizing this alternate field thanks to the solenoid with EMI absorber. Now on the instrument we can read the current that we find on people that live in a normal environment. The readings show 16.7 to 16.8 voltmeter. Let us now see what happens when using the new generation biodevice. The readings go down to 8.3 and 8.4 volts per meter. The effectiveness of the new generation biodevice is thus evident. We will now see what happens when the hand goes out of the field created by the biodevice. The limits of the field are determined by the size of the biodevice.